Bam, we're live. Would you rather be cold and walk into a warm room, or would you rather walk into a room that's cold and then be in there as it warms up? That is the question. What happened to Sevon? Just life. Just life. No, I'm just late. I was just fooling around. I stayed up late last night. I was watching the UFC. I went to my wife's birthday dinner, had some family over, and then I stayed up late watching the UFC fights, and then stayed up later, uh, fooling around on the old X platform, playing with the kids. So then this morning I was just dilly dallying, just perusing X. What's going on after the fights? I put on, I flipped through some news stations and everything was snow, snow, snow. It was like I can't tell. Are we in a doomsday weather scenario? Something like 195 million people are threatened by the biggest snowstorm in the history of the world. Good morning, Milky Hammer. Such a good show last night. Brought a lot of perspective to the situation. I don't think we're getting anywhere else. Well, thank you. I'm going to declare victory today. I'm going to declare victory today. The same thing with the George Floyd stuff. Like, you don't know what you don't know. There aren't people just going out there. Like, there's no, I don't think so. And maybe I'm wrong. I'm open to being naive, but I don't think there's any cops who wake up in the morning and like, today I'm going to kill someone. It's just not like that. And when you see crazy shit happens and you have and you're watching it on video, there's always another explanation. Watching stuff in slow mo versus what actually happened. And the one of the theories that I'm going to present to you today was not presented on the show yesterday. Yeah, thank you. 7-on-5 Taylor 0. Thank you. What sucks is I do agree with Taylor. Like, we have to stick strong to the Constitution. And truth be told, it's not that I'm fighting for one party or the other. It's that I want to see certain things get done, and I'm afraid if we concede any ground, the whole thing will unravel. I just want to see I just want to see streets that are. I want to use the word safer. Obviously, I want to see streets that are safer. I want to see law and order for the civilization reenacted. But I am curious about what's going on. Is how much is America losing its power right now? How much of the USA has power outages? I know Taylor was telling me he even bought like a cord of wood in case they lose power there. I don't see anything that pops up. Winter storm Fern slamming south and east 2 hours ago. I mean, they made it sound. I mean, last night that's all the news was talking about. Do you think without the spectacle we'd be here? Meme accounts from federal agencies. Yeah. Here's what I think. I'm not willing to bet, $10 on it, but here's what I think. I think it's pretty obvious if you're paying attention that you pick the number. Let's pick a number together. 100 girls under the age of 15 were raped by illegal aliens last year. Not only illegal aliens last year, but this is in the whole United States. I'm just making this number up. 100 girls under the age of 15 were raped last year by illegal aliens. And not only were they raped by illegal aliens, but they had been caught for prior crimes and re-released. Let's just say that's 100. Does anyone want to push back on that? It's at least 100. I can play video after video after video. Let's say that's true. If anything that ICE or the police or anything are doing does not compare to that. And so if you just did the algebraic equation, and hey, I'm really sorry because that number of rapes might be 10,000, and I don't mean to disrespect the other fucking 9,900. It's just for the sake of this story. But my point is if you did the algebra, if you're like, okay, All things being equal, if there were 2 buses and one had 100 kids in it and one had 3 kids in it, and we had to kill one of the buses, or let's be even more benevolent, we had to save one of the buses, we're saving the bus with 100 kids. It's just the algebra is not making sense for what the left is doing. So then we ask ourselves, okay, so what's really going on? And then we look at the protesters, and I say this with peace and love. They look like they're being funded and organized, and they look like really poor former drug addicts who are white. It just looks like it's like it's the white trash of society. All the women look like they're damaged goods. None of them look like breeding material. I mean, do you know what I mean? They're not. I don't. I know this sounds like I'm being pejorative or negative or disparaging to them. It's just what I see. And so that's the scene in a nutshell. Like it's not it, guys, I'm about to go 6-0 today. That's
6-0
just
on who?
against you. Someone said I was 5-0 against you last night. Settle down, buddy. Settle down. It's too early just to fucking fly off the handle.
This is a crazy comment. I
don't know. Taylor having weapons scares me, but not gonna lie. Would trust Sevy Taylor not so much. Listen. If a bad guy walked into a room and Taylor and I only had one gun, I'd hand the gun to Taylor. I would run to the back and hide under the bed and tell him to call me.
The other thing to note is, I think people see when I emotionally fly off the handle on like a YouTube show as
thank God you do it, because this would be boring as fuck without you. Thank God.
They see that as like that's my de facto disposition, or even that's how I would act when I'm upset in real life. And I think what's really important is when I disagree with someone, actually, like when I have a logical disagreement with someone, I never meet it with emotion. When I think someone's just being a complete idiot in real life, I almost never treat it with emotion, I would say. Also, like I had my concealed carry in Virginia. I have it now, but I had it in Virginia for, I mean, when I turned 20 to 23. So I carried for 4 years, and I stopped carrying because of what happened to Alex Preddy. I was like, "Man, what
So
am I
you
gonna
just stopped carrying yesterday?
No, but I asked
Oh,
myself this
other
question at one point.
incidents.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
When I was younger, I had asked myself this, like, "What am I gonna do if someone tries to hijack me at gunpoint? Am I really gonna fucking kill this guy?" So I just think people like Edging are, you know, brutal retards who probably would never have the self-awareness or the introspection to even ask a question like that is, okay, what are the actual consequences of you
I don't know.
carrying
I
a
think
firearm?
Edging's pretty smart choosing me.
I don't know. Edging seems like a fucking puss, but
I love you, Edging. Welcome back.
online persona, like what? Dude, just relax. Oh, just because I love when Sevon says this. I don't fit in your box, dude. So it's not my fault.
I mean, going back to yesterday, and I'm sure you guys have all heard this story, but let me tell it again. There was a point in my life where I knew I had a plan that if I ever had a home invader or I was ever in trouble, I was going to get my wife, sneak out the window, jump in a car, go to the hotel, call the police, and tell them I had a home invader, and just like whatever. Like, I don't care. I'm not interested in hurting or having physical conflict with anyone, right? And then one day, I was at home and I had one kid and I heard something in the backyard. And I fucking got my gun and I went in the backyard and I was fully planning on fucking blasting whatever was in the backyard. And I came inside and I was like, oh shit, something in me has changed. And that thing that had changed was my kid. You know what I mean? And so my point being is that we go through shifts of what's important. Yesterday, I saw a whole school of kids storm out in an anti-ICE protest, and do you know what all I saw? It was 300 kids, and the only thing I saw were kids with cell phones, and all I saw was, holy shit, these are fucking 8th graders being brainwashed by these fucking devices their fucking parents gave them. That's all I saw was just cell phones. Everyone's holding their cell phone. I was like, God, that we are in a fucked up state. Some people.
The other thing about home defense is a dog is far like if you're actually serious about home defense and making your home safe, a dog is a far better deterrent. An actual dog, not a fucking chihuahua. Like
Not a not not a
your
Colton
Borbal.
Mertens fucking
Yeah,
dog.
not a little fucking wiener, dude.
Fuck.
Your Borbal,
Colton doesn't
your
even sell
neighbors.
dogs. That's a misnomer. We should
Hey,
stop selling that. He doesn't even own dogs. Those aren't even
most
dogs.
yeah, he sells dicks. He sells little furry wieners. Um,
You know
your
there's a gay dude who's tried to put one of those up his ass in a
Stop,
plastic
don't
bag. You
say
know.
that. I love his dogs. They're so cute. I kind of want one, but you need if you're gonna have one of those, you also have to have another dog. If you're
Yes.
serious about
Yes.
home protection, and the reason is most home invasions and most kind of domestic crimes like that, or crimes that happen like that, happen by people who know who you are. So they have familiarity with the home, they have familiarity with the neighborhood. If they know you have a Borbal, you're the last house they're thinking of, oh, I'm going to try to break into that house. If they know you have an Australian cattle dog or a fucking healer that tries to rip your throat out of your fucking neck every time you walk by the fence, they're not going to pick your house as the first house to break in. So people may never know that you have a firearm. And if they break in, well, you've already the situation's already been escalated to the point where you're going to have to use potentially lethal force. If you have a dog, people aren't even going to consider breaking into your home, especially if it's a fucking Borbal, a healer, German Shepherd, even a lab, even a big dog that just alerts criminal presence. They don't want to pick the harder target. I don't know that, and that kind of plays into like the Alex Preddy thing and carrying a firearm. Is you like if you're gonna carry a firearm, I mean, you just have to be so ready in every situation that you put yourself in for the consequences now of you having a gun.
Well, you
Like
definitely need to be mindful so you don't do something stupid.
you can't get into any verbal altercations with people. You can't get to any road rage incidents. You can't get upset
Right.
with people. Like there's no, then you're the aggressor and you've instigated the situation. And if you use the gun in self-defense, you don't get, it's not self-defense anymore. If you've instigated the situation, there are laws like that in a lot of states. So
Your
it's just
posturing has to go way down, and your desire to interact has to go way down if you're carrying a
way
gun. Yeah,
down,
way down.
way down.
Someone
This
flips
is
you off, and it's got to be like nothing to you.
This happened to me the other day. We were my mother, Lizzie, and I were walking into this Italian restaurant just the other night, and we're walking through the parking lot, and I'm about, let's say, the spot between the end of a space where the back of a car is and the beginning of the space on the other side of the parking lot where the front of the other cars are is about 20 feet, and that's the lane where cars drive through. I was probably 7 feet into that 20-foot open space where the pedestrian clearly has a right of way. It's a fucking parking lot. And
Mhm.
this fucking dumbass bitch comes speeding through, looks me dead in the eyes. I'm continuing to walk. And she wasn't speeding at this point, speeds up and swerves a little bit to go around me
Yeah,
when it's like dangerously so.
yeah.
And I was like, hey, we have the right of way, you fucking bitch. And I said that like I didn't yell it, but I said it in like an elevated voice. And Lizzie's like, Taylor, shut up.
Yeah, I would get
Um,
that too.
yeah, right. So like, I
Especially,
mean,
my wife used to not tell me to shut up so much, but now that we have kids, she has zero
yeah,
tolerance for me
yeah, like don't
being
do that.
hostile to anyone. Yeah.
And I get why she did that, but also I was embellishing and like I was relishing in my self-righteous anger at that fucking bitch. It felt so good to say, "Hey, we have the right of way, you fucking bitch," and then Lizzie completely took away all that good feeling from me, and I got butthurt.
Have you seen? But I do want to show the newest narrative around the gun, which I think exonerates the cops completely. But
Negligent discharge of the guy's gun.
accidental discharge during the tussle.
Negligent discharge. I
Okay.
wouldn't call, and I don't think it was that gun that went off. I think the first gun that went off, based on, did you see the picture that I sent you? The POV picture that I sent.
Where did you
Uh,
send it?
I think I
In the
sent it to the
main?
group.
Okay.
The I believe there is an angle where it seems really obvious that the first weapon to go off is the Border Patrol agent who draws and points.
Wow, I hadn't seen this. No, I hadn't seen this.
This angle is not good. That's
No, this
not a
angle is
good.
not good. But it does show that he's resisting and gets up.
I don't think it shows that he's getting up. I think it shows that he gets shot and he rises a little bit and then fucking falls face first. You know,
So
sometimes if
rising-
you get like if I'm hunched over and I get shot and I come up and then I fall over, that's what I think you're saying is him rising to resist.
I don't know. I don't know much about people's instant reaction when getting shot.
I mean, they
Taylor-
shit themselves. They fucking twitch a
I'll-
bunch.
I'll pull this picture up, but first let me ask you about the weather. What's going on in the weather on the East Coast? Are you guys getting slammed? Because last night the news would not shut up. It was an hour of weather talk.
Yeah, they just start. They are fucking chimping out about it. It's no, we got fucking half an inch. At 3 days ago, it said we were supposed to get 20 to 24 inches, and we've gotten half an inch in a day. Great.
Has your power gone out?
No, yeah, full power, powered
That's
up.
it.
Hopefully.
It says right now Minneapolis is -9.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, why are they wearing masks? Have you ever been in -9-degree weather, retard? I'm not saying that's why. It's because of COVID. They're scared of contracting COVID.
Temperatures in Minnesota will finally climb above 0 this afternoon for most, with only the northern tier of the state staying sub-zero.
Extra sloppy. I agree 100% with you here. You had posted a take on the Renee Nicole Good thing. I saw it on some political post that I just thought was the most retarded take I'd ever seen. But I agree with you here. He says it boils down to a basic failure to de-escalate. Agreed, 100%. Those guys weren't trying to de-escalate anything. 2, failure to utilize non-lethal force to detain a suspect with 7 guys. I'm sorry, 7 fully grown men and 1 skinny twink with a gun that he's not even drawing. You can't. I mean,
Okay, let me say this. Let's say I agree with you.
Okay.
It's pretty obvious they didn't need to shove the lady down. They didn't need to cross the street and interact with those people. There was a lot of stuff they didn't need to do, right? All that being said, the situation there is out of control.
yeah, I don't think this
and the Minneapolis PD is not doing their job.
Yeah, this didn't
And
start
so-
at this altercation.
Yeah, so there needs to be a no tolerance policy. The line needs to be really, like the fact that they're barricading streets now, and we'll get to that too, and taking over parts of Minneapolis like they did in Seattle. That can't be tolerated. That's not how a civilization works. That's an urban area that we're all trying to do our thing. We're letting the few take over. We're once again taking the rights away of individuals and giving them to groups.
Storm, de-escalate. Hilarious. That's the same as shoot him in the leg. He had a gun they weren't aware of. Could have pulled it at any time while de-escalating. I agree he had a weapon, which makes him a far more, hey, at the end of the day, it's their fucking job. And here's the thing. This is the other argument. I don't even know that it's Border Patrol's job to de-escalate. It's not Border Patrol's job to do crowd control and riot control and to police people. Border Patrol's job is to apprehend suspects who are illegal immigrants. That's their job. So there's part of this I agree with, part of it I don't. I don't think it's the same as shoot him in the leg. If you are an agent with a gun and you have the responsibility of distributing lethal force or controlling yourself and not using lethal force, you need to be trained in de-escalation, I think, especially if you're operating in the contiguous United States with fucking American citizens. Like, hey, if you're a soldier somewhere fucking overseas and you're fucking surrounded by terrorists, I could care less about de-escalation. But at bare minimum, if you're operating in the United States and American citizens' lives are in your hands, yeah, you need to be trained in de-escalation. And this guy
That's a fair and sober take.
That guy was resisting. He was not complying. He was clearly struggling against them. He had a firearm. He wasn't trying to shoot them. That's pretty clear. Maybe at some point he would have tried. We don't know, but he wasn't in that moment. Yeah, I mean, gosh, like, why don't they have tasers? I don't know. I mean, why? Fuck. It's like the other thing is, I think it's so complex, and the shame is we don't have any leaders that are discussing the complexity of the issue.
Right.
It's just complete polarization. The other thing is, I think what you said is the number one important thing, and that is, how did it get to this point? What made people think they should go and intervene in federal law enforcement operations with a fucking firearm? What made people think they can take whistles up to their fucking cars? What made people think they can say, we're going to fucking kill you? You're wearing your mask. We're going to find your family. What made Jacob Fry and fucking Tim Walz think they should be the only state in America where this is happening? And they're so violently opposed to federal help that this is the interaction, and this is the atmosphere they've created. 100% they created that. And on Trump's side, what made you fucking think as president that it would be a good idea to send armed federal agents into a city that is so fucking hostile and so does not want them there? I had this thought earlier. If you're Trump, why not say, hey, we're sending ICE into cities that are cooperating with us because we can't send federal agents into a hostile environment. They're not soldiers. I can't send them into a fucking war zone. I have no interest in starting a civil war. But if you're not going to cooperate with ICE, every fucking cent of federal funding to Minnesota gets pulled. Not just welfare. Every fucking cent of federal funding gets pulled. You don't think they would cooperate then? Where's the tact? And I don't know if that's possible, but I don't know. It seems like that's something they should have tried.
Just a little pushback on there, because everything you said makes sense. Why not? There's plenty of places you can go get illegals that would be more cooperative. But let's say that 50% of the population is being held hostage by this other 50% because of their ideals. I do want to say this. Edging said something really important, and this is beating a dead horse. But in a perfect world, they say, hey, we're going to get this guy. He has 2 DUIs and a conviction for rape. And Minnesota PD shows up there and does cover for ICE while they do the operation.
That's what they're using the Minnesota Guard for. They don't have the manning to do it, so now they're able to call the Minnesota Guard to do it.
But I don't even think they're going to do that for ICE. Do you, Caleb? I don't.
That's what they said that they're doing.
Yeah,
they're going to do.
That's the purpose of allowing activating the Guard
is to give protection for ICE.
Correct.
Walz is doing that?
In Minnesota, yeah, they're having them protect one of the main buildings. I think it's like the Woolley building or something like that, and then freeing up other resources so that they can set up perimeters around.
They should have done it from.
Well, they were so against.
I thought they were so
against using any National Guard resources.
Hey, that's how
we can't send the military into the state.
That's how they framed it, Sebon. They framed it as we're calling the Guard in to oppose ICE.
To oppose ICE.
Right. That's how they framed it.
But Caleb is saying that they're bringing in the Guard to support ICE. And what's crazy is we've seen the video of Minneapolis PD just sitting there not doing anything.
This is hilarious.
I mean, what
Pam Bondi said she sent a strongly worded letter to Walz. Yeah, this is another fucking corporate retard sending emails. No, you pull the fuck. Hey, your argument actually makes me reconsider that, because what do you do? 50%. Well, at the end of the day, if you live in that state and those are the policies that have been fucking,
they're not going to let a little black girl go to school, and 90% of the state doesn't want the little black girl to go to school. Do you say, okay, fine, we're going to pull funding? No, you fucking send in the fucking troops, and you be like, hey, fuck you, the little black girl's going to school.
The police are basically castrated in Minneapolis. That's why they're not doing anything else.
Castrated. I don't know. I just feel like there's the same way I feel like there could have been de-escalation in this interaction with the guy, Alex. I feel like there could have been a series of steps to, hey, ICE is in the streets, even though you don't want them. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there could have been a series of options that you say, hey, we're going to pull all federal funding. It's like the tariff thing. He uses it to negotiate. Why not attempt to use it to negotiate?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm fucking retarded, but I don't know.
I was arriving at a similar conclusion. This is from Joey Jones on Twitter. With the videos I've seen, it's important to note, even if this is true, the agents did their job. If you arm yourself and get into a fight with federal agents while conducting an operation, your actions have created this end. Okay. He's saying in the huddle, one or more ICE officers shout gun. This caused another officer to withdraw his sidearm. The SIG P320 is notorious for ending. What's that?
Negligent
That
discharge.
wasn't a SIG P320.
But typically only when dropped. That then triggered the other agents to think that the man on the ground, Alex Preddy, had begun shooting, so they neutralized the perceived threat. So what he's saying is, go ahead, Caleb.
The SIG P320 issue is just with service weapons. Like
No, it's
the
not.
weapons that are issued to the military is mostly an issue with the ones issued to the military because they're designed separate than what
No, watch
the
the
general
pull.
public is.
Have you seen the Wyoming gun dude's video on it?
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was a P320. I'm pulling up. Okay, so here's the issue with it. I'm trying to illustrate.
Let me just play. Let me paint
for sure.
Let me paint the picture first to get everyone caught up to
Paint the
speed.
picture.
So basically, yesterday, Taylor did a great analysis and showed us the guy in the gray jacket pulling the gun off of Alex Preddy, and then what appears then is that then they start shooting the guy after he's been disarmed. What they're saying now is they suspect when the ICE agent pulled the gun away from Alex Preddy, he discharged it. That caused confusion at the scene, thinking that it was the perp who was shooting, and they fucking that's when they shot him up.
His whole finger is in the trigger.
Hey, will you pull up the gun?
There,
Will you
right
pull up
there. We will. 1 second. Let me just show this. And right there, they're saying the gun discharged.
It did.
Oh, you can actually hear it. Yep, right there.
Yeah. You can see this, like in the slow-mo, you can see the slide rack back too.
All right.
So this guy in the gray, who's an ICE agent, when he pulled the gun, he fired it, I presume accidentally.
You can only presume, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it is a SIG P320. This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It
Hey,
adds
this is
another
gonna
layer of just
Okay.
insanity
Pull up
to
the
this.
picture of his gun. I'm on the SIG website, so I'm going to share.
1 second. Let me get through this, and let me get through just so everyone's up to speed, and then we'll talk about those details. Slide visibly to the rear in this frame. What does that mean, Caleb? The slide, meaning when you pull the gun, that thing the trigger, that thing moves.
Yeah. So here, this is his gun. The slide's racked back. It, like, when he grabs the gun and starts walking away, you can see this metal part on top
Yeah.
slide back like this. The sight, it's more visible because the sight is so big. Just slides back, and so it obviously was discharged.
Zoom in. Can you zoom in, Saban? You can see on the slide mill just beneath that empty chamber right there. It says SIG Custom Works. And I think that the beaver tail is the thing on the grip towards the back. Yeah, that element right there is kind of a good signifier of the P320. So that is definitely a P320. It's one of their custom guns. And can I talk now about the issue?
No,
with the
not
P320?
yet. Hold that thought. But let me ask you
Okay.
this: if you want to talk, I'll ask you this question. What's that black thing on top?
It's
that-
a sight. It's a red dot sight.
Okay,
This
is that
one.
crazy that he has a red dot sight
No,
on
I
his
have
fucking
one on my
gun out
gun.
in public? Okay.
That's normal.
Okay, let me show a little more of this video, and then Taylor, I know you're chomping at the bit to
Wow.
So the guy takes the gun out, it discharges.
Do I want to watch it?
You have to assume that causes confusion, right?
For sure.
Oh,
The fact he
wow.
does that is retarded. That's amateurish.
His fingers in the trigger guard, but this is crazy.
Yeah,
This
of
is a
course.
crazy development.
So are we gonna go with that story for now?
Yeah,
Does it
we're
have
gonna
a
go. And here's
negligent
why. I'm gonna
discharge?
fucking show
Okay,
you. I'm
okay,
gonna-
go ahead, Taylor. The floor is
All right,
yours.
hold up.
Sorry, let Caleb get the final word,
Yeah.
and then we'll give it to Taylor. Go ahead.
No,
What were we gonna-
it's just it's insane that it's so blatantly negligent.
So
Well, is it?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
negligence.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes, that's like firearm safety rule number 1 or some shit. Like that's
Don't put your finger on the trigger.
unless you're intending to fire, don't put your finger on the trigger.
Okay. I
So-
don't. I wonder if that's taught anywhere in the academy when you disarm someone. I guess it's universal for all guns.
It's
Okay.
it's a universal gun law, man.
That's crazy. So in the SIG P3, okay, look, the SIG P320 is a striker fire gun. That means there's this little thing in here when you pull the trigger that strikes a little button inside here. And then that makes the firing pin, which slides through, like you can see this little channel. There's a firing pin inside there. It hits the end of the bullet and boom, the bullet shoots. The SIG P320 has this issue where if there is any movement of the trigger, like say the trigger is moved to the rear at all, and the slide moves, it can move this piece of the trigger just enough to hit this little button, and then that makes the gun go off. So essentially what happens in all P320s, and they've done a lot of replications of it, where essentially, can you see that little movement in the slide?
No, not really.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like look.
Are you pushing down on it? Yeah, I
Yeah.
see that.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
That little wobble in the P320, they become pretty pronounced. And if you take essentially that much slack out of the trigger, just that right there, which is just play. Like you're not at risk of, with this gun, you're not at risk of the gun going off right now.
There's a lot of travel before
that much goes. If you take that much play out of the trigger and then the slide moves up and down at all, it sets the firing pin off and the gun fires. And that's the issue with the P320. So what's happening is people are putting it in their holster and the trigger gets hit by something in the holster, or their finger touches the trigger just barely, and the slide compresses or moves back slightly and the gun goes off. And they've replicated it where basically they'll take a little bolt and they'll make the bolt longer in the trigger just to put the trigger up against the wall. And the wall is just when you basically get the trigger to
pull
here,
the slack out completely.
Yeah, there's a bit of resistance. So you get to the wall and you hold it at the wall, and then they do these tests where they move the slide and the gun goes off. And that's fucking crazy. That is so crazy that's a SIG P320, and actually that's oh my god, that's fucking crazy.
So let's revisit this now. Do you give the police officers who shot him yesterday? You weren't giving him very much wiggle room, and we were saying, hey, there's got to be factors that we don't know, because no one does that. No, I mean no one wakes up in the morning and is like, hey, I'm going to publicly execute someone.
No,
And granted, we're slowing everything down. You give these guys more wiggle room, and can you write this off now as like, yeah, this is a really unfortunate incident?
It's
Like,
like it's a series of unfortunate events. Like it's
still a negligent
for sure.
Do you still think they should have charges pressed against him?
It's still a negligent discharge. Yeah, I mean, oh man, I don't know, the gun element, the fact that it's a 320.
I mean, a gun goes off while you're apprehending someone, and you make the assumption that everyone on your side's a good guy, and you're apprehending a bad guy.
His finger is in the trigger guard.
I'm not saying I'm not talking about this guy. I'm talking about the guys that shot him, the shooters. Do you give them more wiggle room now?
Now, here's the wiggle room I give them. And I was on this side last night. If that's what happened, if there was an ND, they heard the gun go off, and that officer raises his gun and shoots the guy 1, 2, 3 times. I think in that situation, at best, you can say, like, maybe worst case scenario for the officer, hey, you lost your job. That's it. Here's the problem.
Which one? The one who accidentally discharged it, or the ones who shot him?
The guy who shot the guy. I think, yeah, you shot the guy after an ND. You didn't see a weapon. You shot him. I don't think you need I don't think he needs charges, involuntary manslaughter. But I think the first officer loses his job for an ND. Hey, dude, there's places in the military.
Yeah, I think he loses. Yes.
You're fucking
gone. I think he loses his job.
They back up 5 feet, lower their weapons, then raise them again, and continue to fire into his lifeless form. That's grounds for that. Just changes things.
I don't know. I don't know if we know that. I don't know if we know that what you just said, but go on.
Dude, it's slow-mo.
But I don't see his lifeless form. Go ahead, Caleb. Sorry.
Think about how many times you shoot somebody one time and they're dead. If you're automatically like, hey, my life is in danger.
How many times have these fucking guys shot him? The threat is neutralized once they've shot him. They shot him. No, but he didn't shoot him just one time, Caleb. He shot him like 3 times up close. It was bam, 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 bam. And then they back away, lower their guns, raise them again, and go bam, bam, bam. Again. It's crazy.
Here's another.
I know that, but
here's another great take. Dude had gloves on. Is it possible finger on side of barrel and glove got caught somehow in sensitive set trigger?
Yeah, maybe.
Or
I don't know. You don't shoot somebody a couple times and expect them to be dead. Like if the threat is like, you just assume the threat is there until they're completely immobilized.
I mean, it doesn't look like his fingers in the trigger, but I mean, the image is horrible.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It looks like he's just got a full monkey grip on it.
Dude, this is crazy.
He's a mongoloid for carrying it like that.
Why is it crazy? Because this gun is just so notorious.
Dude, this gun this gun killed an Air Force guy. Basically, here's a story. There's several stories of people of getting shot by it, but this fucking Air Force guy was carrying his gun in his fucking fucking shoulder holster rig. He takes his fucking rig off, slams it on the table. The gun goes off, shoots him in his chest. In his office, he fucking folds over and dies.
That same gun is the one that I took to a shooting course, and the metal plate that you put your sights on flew off and hit me in the face.
Because they weren't on right?
I tightened it completely down, all the way down as tight as it could go. And that plate, I tightened it all the way down. And after 2 rounds, it flew off and hit me in the face. That's the same gun.
Clay Butler, they were supposed to remove the 320 from all law enforcement.
Yeah, until SIG started a lawsuit against those law enforcement officers, and now they don't have any money and they have to have the gun because they paid for it.
Also, that guy's not law enforcement. He's just a normal guy with a 320. Yeah, get a 320, but don't fucking carry it loaded, pointed at your dick, maybe.
Yeah, just don't carry your concealed carry loaded.
That doesn't have to be your concealed carry. You can get a SIG P320, leave it in the safe, and don't leave it loaded.
Just take it to the range and only bring it out for the range. Yeah, exactly. Just don't buy SIG anymore. How about that?
I don't know. This is a SIG and it's a great gun.
I know. I'm just.
This is the current. Let me get your reaction. This is 2 nights ago walking through a subway in Chicago. Have you seen this video? 2 nights ago walking through Chicago and subway in Chicago. Look at this. This is public transportation.
Is this where Brian, Friend, and Hiller are? What the fuck?
Why he's holding the thermometer, but it's not registering. So that means it must be freezing in there.
You can just walk through like that?
I guess. Shit.
Hey, do this. Knock on that door. Knock on that door.
That's 2 cars. That guy's got a lighter in the subway. Working lighter.
It's like Zombieland, dude.
I'm away.
Got it.
You got it.
That's 3 cars he's walking through.
Holy shit.
Four cars.
He's just leaving those fucking doors open. Okay. Oh my god.
Jesus, dude.
5 cars. That's not this isn't okay. That's $1 billion project right there, the Chicago subway.
What him traversing cars is not okay? Is that what you're saying?
No. The fact that that's the state of our fucking country and that's our public transportation. So we spend fucking no one the comments are crazy. Everyone's like, yeah, that line hasn't been rideable since 2020.
Jesus.
Some girls like, I used to ride that line and it was so violent and it was not even near that bad. This is fucking insane. This is like when I was a kid, there was a movie called Escape from New York. That's what some of these cities are devolving into. Do you find anything about this acceptable for our civilization? Anyone?
None of those people look illegal to me.
None of those people what?
Look illegal to me.
No, but sleeping and littering on subways and smoking. Those people need to all be scraped fucking out of there.
With a
We've
fire
let
hose.
in every and just think of how expensive that fucking project is to keep that subway running. Our taxpayers are paying to fucking run that subway. So it's a moving fucking homeless shelter.
For sure. Nobody's going in there and clearing them out either, or telling them they can't keep riding the subway.
Great movie reference. It is like fucking Warriors. It's like fucking, jeez, dude, it's crazy. Warriors.
It's just our country was not like this 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
No, they all lived underground, so nobody could see them.
Like the crazy protesters should be protesting on their behalf to get clean and become members of society. Yeah, exactly. I want to reiterate too that real people are being hurt every single day. There's endless, just horrible stories on Twitter every day of someone being raped by illegals. And once again, their champion of good is Renee Good or George Floyd. That's who they're fighting for. That's who they're protesting for. I just
imagine
don't.
George Floyd being your fucking champion of good.
George
yeah.
Floyd.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't understand the algebra. I don't understand, like, hey, if you're going to do something to make something generally better for everything, why are you glomming onto those people? Teresa has a good point. It's normal now to expose your mental health and wave your freak flag.
Well, we're bringing insane asylums back, so that's cool.
Sick.
Are we?
Yeah, Trump signed an executive order funding inpatient mental health long-term treatment facilities, I believe.
That was the stuff that Reagan got rid of?
That's awesome.
There are people 1,000%, and I worked in substance abuse treatment and mental health treatment. 1,000%, there are people who need lifetime institutionalized, like they just need to be institutionalized for life. It's sad.
What's really crazy is because we have like these advancements in medicine, like natural selection doesn't happen anymore. So like people like that, we just still have to prop those people up.
Yeah, that's a weird, like you're like flirting with the Bill Gates fucking World Economic Forum type thought of like depopulation. Yeah. You know, some people don't deserve to live.
I'm just like that's what I see in a way.
Well, the other part of natural selection, Caleb, is that the guy who rapes and kills the most wins.
Also true.
Yeah.
And the
aside
guy
of,
who can't see without glasses dies first.
Right. I see your take, but it's like at some point we've got to say, hey, we're going to be a civilization. We're going to be a society that can agree upon generally or widely accepted social norms. We're going to live in a shared reality. We can agree upon the same definitions that are the bedrock of our society and make decisions based off of that, not make decisions based off just like emotion and fucking whim and complete subjectivity. I think that's where we've gone most wrong, is we have thrown away all objectivity.
Could you hear my audio right there?
What, when you played the video?
Just now, yeah.
No.
On accident? Okay.
James O'Keefe.
So this is wild. James O'Keefe is in Minnesota, and this is his welcome. This is wild. Listen up.
This is James O'Keefe in downtown Minneapolis. We have a team of undercover reporters still inside the mob. I was at the scene of the shooting, covering it this morning, and basically we barely got out of there alive. There were a few hundred that surrounded us, started throwing ice bombs.
Do you think that's hyperbole?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
He's the best fucking journalist of our time.
Yeah, I agree.
That surrounded us, started throwing ice bottles at us. A few hit us, hit our vehicle. They were starting to rip off my bulletproof vest. So we got out of there. We were followed, we were tailed, and here we are right now. We just got this message, and it says, we know that you're in Minneapolis. You're with O'Keefe and his crew of Nazis. You're in a white Ford license plate. They actually wrote the license plate down from Florida. You have 1 hour to leave or you're dead. You have 1 hour to leave or you're dead.
Holy
We are
shit.
going to produce our footage, gathering everything we've got from this weekend. We're going to put our report together along with the hidden camera footage that we have. We still have undercover people in the field. Please pray for my team's safety. This is worse than anything I could have possibly imagined. I have security with me, former Marine, and he said that it was worse than overseas, and it was certainly anything worse than I've seen the cartel at the border. We're going to contact law enforcement, DHS, and the FBI, and we're going to try to get out of here safely so we can bring the news to you. Stay tuned for our report coming Tuesday, 1 o'clock.
That's who they're protecting. It's people like that.
You think it's Republicans threatening him?
Oh, for sure. For sure, dude.
That fucking dumb bitch last night said that, oh, it's the right. Really?
Well, she
No way.
basically said the
No
left and the
way.
right are equally responsible for the violence. And I just
No,
don't-
she didn't
I just don't
say
see
that.
No, she didn't say that.
She basically said that the right was far more violent than the left.
She said, "Don't they have to take responsibility for their what they're saying?"
Rhetoric,
Hey,
well,
here's the thing too, and maybe I should play a video. There are people on the left who actually think that ICE is going out there and disappearing people,
mhm.
like legitimate U.S. citizens. They think that they're just out there just collecting Jews and taking
Crazy,
them to
right?
gas chambers. Yeah, it's
And you know how they picked up that 5-year-old? You guys probably already talked about this. But
Yeah,
they're
we did.
yeah.
They detained this 5-year-old. What are they supposed to do? Leave the kid there?
Also, they didn't
And it's
detain
not-
him. The dad
Right.
ran away. The dad
did they-
ran away, and they took
Because
the kid
he's
to
a
the front.
fucking
Right.
felon.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. They're like, oh, the children, they're ripping the families apart. So is every other criminal. They're ripping their own families apart.
Dude, this is such a fucking powder keg. It's insane. And here's the other
Well-
thing. ICE is operating in essentially every large major U.S. city in the country, and it's not happening anywhere else. What
Right.
is going on in Minnesota?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Minnesota
Right.
nice? That doesn't apply anymore. Minnesota nice isn't a thing.
Was that their tagline?
Yeah.
Well, that's just
No.
that's just like Minnesota people in general, like Midwest nice, like people from the Midwest, just like, yeah, sure, whatever. We just want to.
Yeah, this isn't
Wanna live.
Minnesota nice. This is Minnesota Mogadishu. This is fucking Africa. Import the third world, become the third world. The fucking culture of Somalia, this is the reality. The culture of tribal, warlord-ridden, pirate-infested Somalia has become the culture of the Twin Cities in Minnesota.
Imagine
Protesting the fuck-
you're trying to escape a country that is so poorly run that Sharia law is like it's the norm there, and you're like, I'm going to escape this and I'm going to go to the United States.
I
And
think
then you just
Sharia
go
law is
there-
better than the norm in Somalia. I think the norm in Somalia is whoever has the most guns and is willing to shoot the most people survives.
Sure, but you're taking that same like framework, and you're like, well, we're gonna do this in the United States somewhere, as if like what's the just go back.
Yeah,
What are
hey,
you
there are a
doing
lot
here?
of parts of Minnesota that are fucking beautiful. The land of 1,000 lakes, you know. Minnesota's a beautiful fucking state, and it's just Minneapolis overrun. The culture there has been destroyed. Absolutely
sure.
destroyed.
It's sad. It's fucking sad.
How
Can
can
you
we talk
imagine?
about the fraud? How can we talk about the fraud anymore? And maybe this is what they want. Maybe Jacob Fry and Tim Walz, this is what they want. They want people dying in the streets so that we forget about the fucking fraud.
In Seattle during BLM, they let the psychopaths take over a police station and shut down no, extra sloppy. No, we'll get to the second. Let me show you what's going on in the streets now in Minneapolis. They've taken over a section of the town, and they're building barricades with trash cans and dumpsters.
This is Mogadishu right now. Look, they've got fucking fires. Next, they're going to start burning fucking tires and shit.
Let me be very clear. Half of these people are either drug addicts and homeless, and not either or. They are. These are jobless people. These are people who are not contributing to society. No one who's contributing to society has time for this. Look at this. Hey, dude, there can be no tolerance for this. There's people, all those businesses are paying taxes.
Right.
And how sweet, they have Christmas lights up.
The taxes paid for that too.
Pull up Extra Sloppy's.
This is, let me read this. We spend 2 decades bombing and sanctioning Somalia, and as a consequence, we are left to deal with their refugees. This is the typical, oh, everything bad that happens in the United States or in the world is the United States' fault. All terrorism is the fault of the United States. All fucking third world countries that have been economically fucking raped and pillaged, oh, it's the fault of the United States. Hey, stop taking responsibility for the fucking shitty actions of other people, dude. You sound like a white guilt. Oh my gosh, dude. You sound like a white guilt bitch ready to pay reparations to any fucking Somalian that sticks their hand out to you on the street. Next time you see a Somalian, I want you to put a fucking $20 bill in their hand. Every single one of them, Extra Sloppy. I want you to start paying reparations for all the sanctioning and bombing that you did.
I want to point out this, what you're saying, Extra Sloppy, and stretch out the timeline. If you look at the timeline in a very small corridor, you can be like, yeah, the United States had slavery. You can just look at it in this really small corridor. The U.S. had slavery. The U.S. had slavery. The U.S. had slavery. This small sliver of time, this 200-year period. If you stretch out the timeline to 5,000 years, what you see is 4,800 years of slavery everywhere in the world, including massive slavery in Somalia. Massive slavery in Somalia. And guess who set the slaves free when you look at the timeline big? The West did. The West did. The U.S. and Great Britain set the path to set slaves free. You stretch out the timeline, and the heroes are us.
The truth is,
you make the timeline small, and we're the fucking bad guys. Stretch the timeline out big. There's only 2 countries that were trying to abolish slavery: the U.S. and Great Britain.
Slavery couldn't survive the ideological philosophy of the West for 200 years, where it survived thousands of years everywhere else.
Well said.
Still surviving.
Somalia hasn't been a flourishing empire since since the 13th century, and even then, it's a stretch to call it thriving. And slavery was abundant there. There's still slaves in Qatar. Yeah, most of the country still has slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the Democrats still have slaves. They just figured out
the customer service is so good over there.
That's why they want illegal immigrants.
Extra Sloppy, you didn't advocate for reparations. You said that we are paying the consequences of our actions. The next logical step in that line of thinking, this is the liberal logic, is it's our fault. These are our consequences. Therefore, how do we make it right? And the solution that they always suggest is reparations. So that's how. You're just because you're not all the way over here yet. You're right here. You're right there. And I'm just showing you where that ends up so you can see how fucking retarded that is. It's Somalians in Minneapolis stealing fucking billions of dollars and fucking floating their entire country's GDP off the back of American taxpayers isn't our fucking consequences for Mogadishu and destabilizing the region. Stop. That's fucking dumb shit.
This is so who are they protecting? Who's the left protecting? Here we go. Listen to this.
Did you hear about the 11-year-old little girl in Georgia who was recently held at knife point and raped by an illegal who entered in under the Biden administration? Oh, and he also held her 10-year-old sister at knife point and forced her to watch? No? That's weird. Why not? Did you hear about the 11-year-old little girl in Virginia who was recently raped 3 times by an illegal who the Biden administration had previously marked as a non-enforcement priority? No? That's weird. Why not? Did you hear about the 11-year-old little girl from Texas who was raped and murdered by an illegal let in under the Biden administration? No? That's weird. Why not? Did you hear about the 12-year-old little girl in Iowa who was sexually assaulted by an illegal who was released by the Biden administration? No? That's weird. Why not? Or the 14-year-old girl in Louisiana who was raped at knife point during a robbery by an illegal? No, didn't hear about that one either. What about the 2-year-old who was shot and killed by an illegal in Maryland, who was previously arrested multiple times for theft and assault, but released despite ICE detainers due to local sanctuary policies? Didn't hear about that either, did you? The 11-year-old girl in Florida who was kidnapped in her home, sexually assaulted, and left tied up in a van by an illegal who entered in under the Biden administration. You hear about that one? No. 12-year-old girl, Houston, Texas.
These are
raped-
all on that one side of the scale. Why isn't the left rallying behind that? We've now also reached in Iran the same amount of Iranian citizens have been killed by their government in the last 2 weeks than all of the citizens killed in Gaza.
I'm pretty sure it's more. I'm pretty sure it's more now.
And yet there's no... It's not sensing. Something's not making sense. Something's not... I can't... Either they're brainwashed or we're brainwashed. Something's not making sense. I don't see it any other way than the left is protecting these people. And I'll give them this because of some they're upset because the project isn't going perfectly, right?
Well, they're protecting them because it's our fault. It's because of our foreign policy. That's why their inferior culture is our fault. And that's why they're protecting them. And so the reparations that we're paying
are the rape of our girls. Little girls?
Yeah, absolutely. It's letting them rape our daughters and wives, not performing any investigations or credibility checks as to them being eligible for aid. So essentially, we're paying our tax dollars. We're just giving them free money for them doing nothing to live here while being illegal or while just immigrating here and to send it all back home. And that was the point I was making, Extra Slop, is not that you said you wanted reparations. The point is to say it's our fault, then is to now say it's my fault and your fault. And that's not what I said. I didn't say you were a Democrat. I just said that line of thinking is so insanely flawed. Stop crying, dude. I get attacked all the time. People attack the fuck out of me all the time. You get spanked one time by me and now you need a fucking, what do you need, a Prozac? Dude, relax. This is important to pull up. So you all support what's happening with ICE or Hey Ramos? I support law and order. I don't support ICE killing that dude. I don't support ICE killing that lady. I don't support either of those things. I think they're fucking both horrible. I don't think either should have happened. I think both.
Jorge, your question would be it would be more poignant and more accurate to say, Jorge, you support the raping of little girls by people who've already committed crimes and then released back into the interior. You support that? That would be the more fair question. Ask yourself that. Don't ask us a question. Ask yourself that. You support the raping of little girls?
Here's the distinction.
You're not okay with ICE taking violent criminals out of who came into the country illegally? Well, fuck it. You're opposed to just violent criminals getting out, period?
Well, this is the problem. This is the problem with you two, Sevan and Jorge, is one of you is playing Jacob Fry and Ilhan Omar and fucking Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, and the other's playing Donald Trump. And the truth is, there should be law and order. You don't have to take it to that even extreme, Sevan. And I know that you're just kind of responding in kind. You're basically letting his idiocy dictate the level of idiocy you respond with. But it's not that. It doesn't have to be that. Oh, you're okay with ICE? Oh, you're okay with rape? Of course, maybe I'm wrong, but I would infer that Jorge's not okay with rape. The point is, we want law and order. We have to restore law and order. We have to be a country of fucking laws, of people that follow the rules. And when we aren't, that is when people get raped. That is when billions of dollars are sent to another fucking country that actually just fucking attacks our fucking shipping boats to begin with. We're paying for Al-Shabaab to fucking terrorize freighters.
I don't support ICE. I don't support child rape, but I'm a foreigner with an American wife, and ICE grabbed friends of mine that they don't have crimes on their names. They were just grabbed because they were illegal aliens. Okay,
that's a law that they broke. That's the problem, Jorge. So look, this is the picture. I'll say this real quick. If Biden hadn't opened the border for 5 years and imported 20 million plus illegal immigrants, many of them criminals. Let's say border policy was exactly the same it was under Trump and then under Obama. When illegal immigrants did come into our country and when they were deported, well, we had far less criminals. It wasn't a national headline because we didn't have the huge issue. And there were a lot of illegal aliens that came to America, became naturalized citizens, worked really hard, contributed before even they were naturalized citizens. And there weren't everyone in the streets calling for let's deport all illegals because we know they fucking work hard. You know what the stereotype for Hispanic people is? They fucking work hard and will cut your grass and build your house. That's not an offensive stereotype. I mean, fuck, I wish that were the stereotype for white people, that we worked really fucking hard. So saying, oh, I don't support them deporting illegal aliens. Well, because we've imported 15 million, 20 million, many of whom are criminals now, 30% of which have convictions beyond being an illegal immigrant, 40% past those people who have open investigations for current or pending charges beyond being an illegal immigrant. Yeah, we have to do something about it, dude. So if you're going to blame someone, that's just the reality of life. There's law and order, and without it, we're fucked. If you don't want law and order, go back to where you came from, where there was no law and order. And that's what happens.
Yeah, my sister is now an anti-ICE because her daughter is fucking an illegal alien. Right. Of course. Awesome. And that's fine. Illegal aliens need to get laid too.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's the people with something to lose, family, career, aspirations, etc., that want law and order. We care about the future state of our country. Hey, Jorge, I am curious, and I'll take your word for it. Your friends who were picked up, were they with people who were criminals when they were picked up? Because the story that we're hearing is that the illegals that are getting picked up are getting picked up because they were with other illegals that had either convictions or cases against them, and that they're not just that the story that the left is telling us is not true. And I haven't seen any video of it, so it's hard for me to believe. All I've seen on supporting your story, Jorge, is crying purple-haired white liberal women who are obese with holes in their face, punched into their nose, crying that they're disappearing people. I'm not seeing it.
And stop saying any of this is our fault. We. Fuck you. It's not my fucking fault. Somalia getting fucking clapped in the 90s isn't my fucking fault. I wasn't even a cell in my dad's nutsack at that point. So if you want to take ownership for that, take fucking ownership. If you want to take ownership for your friends being illegal, take ownership. That's not my fucking fault. Why should I be punished for it? Fuck that.
Extra sloppy. The criticism is that there are countless examples of U.S. citizens. I want to see them. Being detained for failing to prove that they're U.S. citizens. The one that we tried to explore on this show, the guy was pretending to be an illegal.
Wow. So that his friends could get away.
His friends could get away. The one that we saw and we explored on this show, we tried to give this guy the fucking benefit of the doubt, and it ended up that he was pretending to be an illegal, and that's why they fucking scooped him up. I'm gonna tell you something too. That going back to piggyback on what Taylor said about the border. After 9/11, I was stopped every time at secondary when I entered and left the country. I entered and left the country probably 20 times. I was always taking a secondary. And they would say stuff to me like, how long were you in the Syrian army? They would just say that with the presupposition that I was in the fucking Syrian army. Never been in any fucking army. They're doing their job. The
this-
detaining of U.S. citizens is a huge lie. I mean, yeah, I don't see it happening.
The
We
arresting
watch-
is a huge lie. The arresting. There have been 160, 170 citizens detained, but that's the distinction. That's the distinction. If you'll give law
anywhere there's something
Right.
illegal going on.
Right. Hey, if you give law enforcement probable cause to detain you, it's not illegal for them to detain you extra sloppy. And if you're one legal citizen amongst a group of 10 illegals and you won't speak English in response and you run away and are acting purposefully like an illegal so that you're just not cooperating purposely, well, now you've given that officer probable cause to detain you. And in that one circumstance, as soon as they found out he was a citizen, they fucking pulled over so fast they couldn't even find a parking spot to fucking let the guy out.
No, Savon, they were in the process to get legal. Okay.
That happens before you come to the United States, Jorge.
They have, I'm going to give them a little bit of leniency here. They have kids born and raised in the U.S., and they were in a process. Of course, if you go to the past, they came to the U.S. as illegal 20 years ago. Yeah, that's...
You're telling me it's taken more than 20 years for them to
They for
be
sure
illegal?
it does. Well, half of it's them waiting a year because they got a response and they have to go back. Look, that you can't even get an appointment at the DMV right now.
I do
So
want
hear
to...
this.
In Jorge's defense, it is... If you're going to open up a pathway for these people once they're here to become legal, and in that process, they're jumping through the hoops and they don't have any, violent convictions, the worst thing they have is a parking ticket, then to grab them and throw them out does seem a little harsh to me. It's kind of like putting cheese out for a rat and then killing them. You know what I mean? It's a little slimy. It's a little slimy.
Is the thing. If I find any, I'll send them to you, right? You won't find any. But good luck. Look, search hard. Hold your breath.
And what's crazy is everything is on video. So I keep hearing these things, but I'm not seeing them, and I'm actively looking for them.
The thing that Jorge's pointing out is the fucking ultimate unfortunate circumstance that we are in now. Because again, during Obama's terms, during Trump's first term, there were still illegal immigrants coming here. And my opinion is, and I think a lot of American citizens' opinions are, if you're willing to go to the fucking extreme lengths to come here illegally when it's really fucking hard and the border is shut down and we're deporting people, and you're going to lie so low and contribute so much that people don't come looking for you, it's no sweat off of my back if you come to America, right? It's no sweat off my fucking back. I don't care. Become a naturalized citizen, contribute. That's great. The point is, now we are a fucking welfare state for everyone else's disenfranchised minority people, low-income population. So now half of my fucking paycheck that I can't even fucking take home is going to that. It's going to the third world's poorest people who are coming here just to take. And so it's unfortunate.
And unfortunately, we've all seen the graphs. The people that are coming here now are not the people who are coming here when our parents came here. The people who came here when our parents came here were contributing. Now we're seeing this graph, and the contribution of people born outside the country never hits zero. It never hits a homeostasis. It never hits equanimity. It always just misses underneath the bell curve. They take. At their most prosperous, they're still taking, and then they decline into old age, and they're still taking. And unfortunately, that's what we're seeing. It's it's not a good situation, and I think Taylor points out a good point. Jorge is referencing to the most unfortunate in this circumstance.
So
I don't know what the solution is, but a line needs to be drawn somewhere. It's just like this, man. Some girls might be okay to have sex at 17. The line needs to be drawn at fucking 18, and it needs to be fucking held strong. It can't be a fucking 40-year-old dude fucking 17-year-old women. There has to be a line. Yeah, is there one 17-year-old girl that it's okay with? Maybe. Probably. Maybe even a 16. But the line fucking has to be drawn, and it can't be crossed. Caller, hi.
Hey, what's up? It's Slim Nasty. Just wanted to answer Caleb's question. So I had a buddy that was adopted from Honduras at like 5 or 6. He didn't get his citizenship till he's 28. So it can take a long time, which is really
Why?
fucking
But,
gay.
Why?
but he was here legally
Why?
though, wasn't he? You're not. That's
No,
there's a
he
distinction,
was.
right?
He
Right,
was.
right.
Yeah, that is the distinction. He's proud to be an American, unlike all these other fucking freaks and freakazoids and faggots. And it's just like, but it can take a while. That's just all I wanted to answer. Like, and he had to like take tests, like civics tests that most high schoolers wouldn't pass, which I don't disagree with. I think we should be also teaching more and whatnot bullshit. But you know, it can take a while. That's just all I wanted to say.
But
Interesting.
that's like
Okay.
saying getting your license at the DMV can take a while if you go in and you don't have all the paperwork that you're required to have, and so they send you back, and now you have to wait another year because the line's so long. But it's still your fault because when you showed up for your appointment, you didn't have all of your proper documentation.
And that's kind of
Yeah,
like what
no,
I
I
think is like
I
if
agree
it's
with
going
that.
to take 20 years for somebody to get their citizenship, it's like what kind of ass dragging are you doing that's causing it to
Wait,
take
and,
20
and
years?
see, I didn't
It's
know that
both.
with my buddy Cody. Like, he was adopted on a mission trip.
Oh
and it
wow!
was
So
him and his
some
sister.
priest just came up and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take you home to America."
No, it was like a church. They came and they were in an orphanage, and I think their parents just were like, you know what, we want to give this brother and sister a better home at the end of the day. So I mean, I thought it was cool.
All right,
He's
yeah,
a
yeah,
CrossFitter,
no,
so
I'm not-
he probably watches this shit.
I
So
think it's cool. That's awesome.
Hey, the military's. This is a great comment. The military used to be a path to
It-
citizenship. My buddy
Thank you,
moved here from
Flam Nasty.
Ireland.
oh, dude,
It still is.
when I was in basic training, we had fucking like 10 people getting their parents' citizenship through going through.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And I
Even
don't-
their parents would get citizenship if the kids went through.
If they're like
Yes.
if they're under your care, I think that's how
Wow.
that works. Like
Yeah.
if they're
Send your
if they're
kid
like
to the
a-
military. We'll give you all citizenship. Oh,
Yeah,
Fuck
I mean,
me.
honestly, like
But
that's
there's,
one of
I
my-
mean,
one
they're
of my
serving
really
like
good friends
6-year
did that.
contracts. They're serving like 6-year contracts when they do stuff like that. So
They
the
have
army
to.
gets theirs. The big green weenie's gonna fuck them, but at least them and their family gets
I
like
don't
a
think the big
citizenship.
green weenie fucks them that hard. You basically go in and do whatever they tell you to do, and you get a paycheck. That's pretty easy.
I don't
living.
know.
I don't know,
bro.
man. You
The
it's
big
not
green
that
weenie
cool.
fucks you hard. The
It
big
is
green weenie will fuck you hard.
100%.
So,
All right, thank you.
But-
This,
all right,
Thank
boys,
you.
y'all be good.
hey, this is fucked. Jorge, I agree with this, but American citizens have to deal with this when they pay taxes every year too, because everything's so complicated. Costs tens of thousands of dollars to become a U.S. citizen. That shit isn't free. Attorney fees are fucking outrageous. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
You know what? Somebody, I was looking into doing this deal essentially, and there was a third party attorney that was brought in to help facilitate this deal, and they were going to charge $50K.
Huh?
Wow.
And let's say the deal was like, let's say that was
100K.
1/6. Yeah, let's say the deal was like 300K.
Mhm.
50K still.
Yeah.
1/6 of the deal.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
So look, we all deal with that. That's fucking America. You want to come here so badly? Well, that's what you have to look forward to.
Yeah, you can get a 30-year mortgage and be enslaved to your job for the rest of your life. Or you can live in
Well-
Africa with no electricity, no running water, and never have a mortgage. This is off subject a little bit, but just I want to show you the world-class stupidity. We already have a huge problem in California and the entire United States. We have something called the homeless economy that's worth billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars. And there are no homeless people in the United States. There's just drug addicts and criminals who've chosen to make that a higher priority, stealing and doing drugs and having shelter. And so it's a misnomer to call them homeless, like somehow building more homes would get them off the street. That's not how it works. Not even fucking close. But this is fucking the dumbasses in California. This fake plastic ivy was put up to stop graffiti. This was $1 million project. They thought some idiot in California under Gavin Newsom thought that if they hung ivy on the walls, that it would stop graffiti. This is the logic. They just fucking sprayed over the ivy. They didn't care. You changed the texture of their fucking canvas. So the fuck what? Their medium still works fine
It actually
on
looks
ivy.
better, honestly. It looks a little bit more. It's a little bit more aesthetic. It's cool.
These are the kinds of solutions that people do. The same thing happened during the skateboarding craze. They put these metal things everywhere to stop skateboarders from grinding on concrete. All it did is made everything either look ugly or made it so people couldn't sit down on these concrete areas and eat lunch anymore without some fucking metal brad fucking rubbing up against your butthole. This is it. That's their solution. That's your taxpayer money. $3.8 million probably for that section right there.
Oh my fucking gosh.
It's crazy, right?
Oh gosh.
I sent your ICE episode 2 to a liberal friend, and he called it captivating.
Did he really think it was
that's a co-
captivating?
I
Or
think
are you
that's a
being
compliment.
facetious?
I think that's good. That's a compliment, right?
I feel like we've had the most centrist take that you probably will find in most social media at the moment. There are definitely a lot of people who have a nice moderate opinion on the subject matter, but I don't think we are Tim Walz, Jacob Fry cronies. I'm also not a fucking Trump and Bovino crony. I think it's safe to say you've had a nice balance of disagreement between Sevon and I, and all in all, we're both pretty like objectively saying, hey, we just want law and order.
Yes, Newsom charges $10 million for the Ivy and spent $10 on it. Yeah, and $9,990,990 went to his friends' cars and mansions. Didn't California just join the WHO or join the Global Outbreak Network, make them the only state to do so? It would not surprise me. Did you see Jay Bhattacharya gave a talk on WHO? We've had Jay on the show.
No.
He just basically said WHO. I wonder if I can find the clip. Jay Bhattacharya.
If Gavin Newsom gets elected, I'm leaving the United States. I'm moving to Canada.
You're not going anywhere. Basically, he just said that WHO is a complete fucking disaster for the United States. They handled the pandemic horribly.
It's another money laundering scheme at best.
And basically, the WHO takes its orders from the CCP, from China. So basically, all of our lockdown rules in the United States were dictated by China. They set the press. They told WHO what to do. WHO then put it on Europe and the United
that's
States.
because they started the outbreak, so they had the initial science on how to treat it, correct? On how to deal with it. That's why they set the policy.
That's a fair assumption.
Yeah, ridiculous. Oh, Ranger panties Caleb has on?
No, these are the Jim Reaper fucking green shorts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the freebies from New York or something? Were we in New York? Nashville?
Syndicate,
Knoxville?
Knoxville.
Just got they were free. So
This won't be the last person that ICE ends up killing. This won't be there's gonna be 20 more.
20?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't think so. It's
Hey,
only in
dude.
this city. It's only in this city. You think it'll be 20 more? It's just in Minneapolis. It's fucking -9 degrees there. It's not like it's happening in fucking Miami in July. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
20. I could see
think
4 more.
I think Minneapolis is the only city that's not really cooperating, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I just
So-
don't know.
I don't see it being 20. I could see it not being the last one.
Oh, the rhetoric from the left is really pumping up. Did you see? Do you remember there was a guy who shot at the ICE facility in Los Angeles, and he shot
Yes.
at a van that was full of illegals that had been captured?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he was trying to kill the agents, and he was shooting at the building. Instead, he hit the van with the.
Wait, 56 what during the Obama administration? 56 people killed by ICE?
They killed while they were in detainment. A lot. That's another thing the news hasn't glommed onto. A lot have already been killed in detainment already under Trump. Have died. I shouldn't say killed. Died.
Detainment and died in
Yeah.
detainment.
I don't know if it was from the flu or fucking COVID or a heart attack, but people do die. And 56 people died while in ICE custody under Obama.
I'm going to clear this up with Sloppy and then I'll be done with him. But I think our foreign policy is quite clearly responsible for blowback in a multitude of ways, and that we in no way owe anyone anything other than to leave people alone. See, I'm a centrist too. Here's the problem is Somalians coming to America to take from our fucking welfare system happens whether or not we bomb Somalia or don't bomb Somalia, because they do it from countries we don't bomb. They come and they take. And so I'm not complaining about the bombing or whatever's going on over there as a result of it. I'm complaining that people from every third world country on earth come to America to exploit our welfare system. So it has nothing to do with foreign policy there. But I agree with you. We should end welfare. And that's it.
Remember when WHO, World Health Organization, tweeted out that Chinese authorities found no evidence of human-to-human transmission of COVID? I remember.
It's just bats, man. Just bats.
Why not just let Minneapolis just do what they do? Why insist the federal government needs to go there and overpower local elected government?
That's like saying, why should the federal government protect its American citizens? I mean,
that's the part I
question you're
disagree with. Even if there were 5 people there, even if only 5% of the people there wanted them there, you still got to go. You can't let a school in the South stop a little black girl from going to school.
Aren't they stealing federal money too?
Yes.
It's directly affecting the federal government. They're
why. Stealing federal money, not the government. They're stealing my fucking money and your fucking money. They're stealing our fucking money, and they're fucking ruining programs that help people that are fucking American citizens. And also, yeah, there are a lot of Americans in the state of Minnesota who want to be protected, and they don't want their rights infringed upon. Like your right to fucking property that no one seems to have in Minneapolis anymore, because you can just block the streets and burn all the fucking buildings you want.
Do we think anything will come from the Ilhan Omar fraud immigration investigations?
I fucking
hope so.
It's fucking sent packing.
I could answer both ways. I want to say absolutely nothing's going to happen, but I really do think Trump has a hard on for her.
No way.
And I think
she married her brother.
I know that
it should happen, but I don't. I agree with Sevan. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. It's tough.
I know Tim Walz is trying to raise as much money as he can, and he's preparing for the fight, which makes me think the threat is serious to him. But what happens when the Democrats are in office and they decide they have to protect Democrats from decisions? Yeah, hey, it's already happening. Look, go. If you're not watching what Sandberg is doing in Virginia, you're missing out on some crazy shit. I mean, she is basically, they've made it so that they passed a law there. I think that ICE can't be within, I forget what the distance is, 2 miles or 2 blocks or something of a voting center during voting. They've made it so they're passing. They've made it just yesterday. They passed a bill in the Virginia House saying that they're removing all mandatory minimum sentences for rapists. They're completely unraveling any law and order there. I despise Omar.
They picked that dumb bitch over a black lady
who was the lieutenant governor, who would have been the first female black governor in the United States of America, and Obama campaigned against her. That's what I mean. It's all just one administration setting a precedent for the next administration to take more power. That's why no one is ever held accountable from one administration to another. Yeah, I mean, that's a valid point. Yeah, you get this guy setting precedent to do these things, and then the next guys come in and acts like even more of a king. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I think there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
I want to get a fucking automated turret fucking mounted on my house so that if we ever get into drone warfare, I can take them out.
You might want birdshot for that.
In conclusion, so the weather's not an issue on the East Coast. It's all just bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of snow, especially in a lot of places, but it's like they're just sensationalizing something that's been happening every year for the past fucking 100 years. We get snow in the winter, it rains in the spring, and it gets hot in the summer. That's like, what? Why are we sensationalizing normal fucking weather. Oh, that's a good question. Have we talked about the guy running to replace DeSantis in Florida? You'd hate him. He hates Jews.
I was at a gun show yesterday, and one of the vendors had the American flag and the Israeli flag like right next to each other. I don't know what significance that had, but I thought it was interesting.
Just a reminder of where we were just 18 months ago.
Can't hear it.
This was 18 months ago. This looks like it was 18
No,
years
but it was 18 years ago, but same guy.
We can't expect police officers without clear guidance to do anything other than try to protect us by whatever means are necessary. I mean, I wonder what my friend from California would said if this beating case we saw out in Los Angeles, if in the process of that beating, that person confessed to having murdered somebody. Should it be admissible? If in the process of that beating, I asked that question to my friend. What was the fellow's name? Rodney King. If when Rodney King was being beaten, the guy we saw on television, in the process of that beating, Rodney King confessed to a murder that he did commit, should Rodney King be convicted under our laws? That's my question.
He's justifying the beating of Rodney King with a hypothetical that Rodney King was a killer. I mean, we wouldn't even, anyone who thinks we're conservative, this was the Democrat and fucking president of the United States and the vice president for 8 years, and he's justifying the beating if he was a killer. Taylor and I wouldn't even do that.
I don't know under those circumstances. I really don't.
See, that's the problem.
The fact of the matter is, the answer is probably not.
Probably no.
Right.
Yeah. I think
I don't know how the courts would construe that, but probably not.
Well, usually the courts construe beatings, eliciting confessions, as not a good thing. And the reason they do that is we have a proposition about self-incrimination in our country. As a matter of fact, not only usually, always do they construe it that way. But my point is, there would be, assuming somebody had committed a murder, if the police beat the confession out of him, and he did commit the murder. He did commit the murder and confessed to it, and that's what convicted him. Now, I wouldn't want that guy going free. I mean,
do you see how far they've swung?
Yeah, he used to be pretty
been
sharp.
okay.
That's crazy, dude. I kind of want to vote for him.
I know, right? You see how far they've come?
Damn, that's why he got elected. He got elected off of that speech, dude. All the fucking boomers in America remembered that speech and elected this fucking guy.
Jeez. He would have been okay with enhanced interrogation. We should have elected him so long ago.
Crazy, dude. That's crazy. How far
It gets worse. He goes on to say that he should be hung, and I mean, it gets even.
I think we should bring back fucking, I don't know, dude. The death penalty thing that when you bring, you have some good points on it, but there are some situations where I think the death penalty should be brought back and it should be fucking public hangings.
Pedophiles.
Okay, this is what we're hearing, but we're never seeing it. And I want to know why. And the couple and all of these things that we've pulled up, you can debunk. This is what the left is hearing. This is the only thing that gives me some semblance of understanding, because I cannot figure out why they are protecting pedophiles and rapists. But this is what the left is hearing.
Volume.
So they're taking Safe Haven is here to get people who are being picked up like that person.
Yes.
So the people that are injured really badly, or maybe other people too, we don't know how many people, are being taken out into the woods around the Whipple and released in the middle of the night, sometimes with no clothes, always with no phone, if they're brown, with no ID. And it's a death sentence. One of the people had a cracked skull.
ICE is taking people out to the woods, leaving them naked with a cracked skull, says the obese, non-binary white woman.
That's been treated. So they're taking the people that they don't want us to know about and they're dropping them in the woods, which I've heard is something that they've been doing with Native Americans.
She's just heard it. She has
something they've been doing with Native Americans, she says.
She's heard of doing it for a long time.
Right now.
Wow. She's brilliant.
This is Pat Lang.
Safe Haven is here to.
Just
is
show
Pat
me.
Lang.
Just show me one.
I do have to say this extra sloppy. That's what you sound like when they say that they're arresting American citizens. That's what you sound like. That's what you sound like.
And let's profile this is the woman. This is the kind of woman we're dealing with right here. Here it is.
So Usha Vance is pregnant. Caroline Levitt is pregnant. Katie Miller is pregnant. That's 3 high-profile MAGA women who recently announced pregnancies. I know MAGA wants some positive news, and babies seem positive. Who doesn't love babies? But this feels very calculated and very intentional. This party wants to push pregnancy and birth on women. It's part of their anti-abortion.
To push pregnancy on women.
The whole reason you have a PP as a boy and the vajayjay as a girl is to put the PP in the vajayjay and then you have a baby. You fucking retard. Why do you think you have a fucking pussy? What do you think that fucking big man in the canoe's for, dude? Why do you think it feels good?
Hey, that's how they twist everything. That's how words like reverse racism come about. They twist everything. Now, all of a sudden, this thing that women do, the right is pushing on them.
Jesus. Oh, hey, where's David Weed from? Isn't he from Sweden? Dude,
He's
you
from-
live in the
oh, he's
bomb-
No, he's an
Spain,
American who's fucking
He lives in Spain
CrossFit
or something.
married women in Portugal now.
Yeah.
He's in Portugal just banging hot fucking Portuguese CrossFitting chicks.
kids.
He's living the dream.
Oof.
David needs a kid.
Denmark.
Did you see even Dr. Oz is going out and finding fraud now?
Let's go.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I don't think any of it'll be convicted.
Amy Klobuchar spoke up yesterday in support of illegals in the country and getting ICE out of Minnesota. Here she is in 2008.
Ms. Klobuchar, Thursday, President Bush signed a law approving a 700-mile fence on the U.S.-Mexican border. Is a fence good immigration policy or just good politics?
I do believe that we need more resources at the border and that includes a fence. What we have now, we have people waiting to come in legally. Thousands of people waiting to come in legally to this country, and we have people coming in illegally. That's not right. We need to get order at the border. But we also have to stop giving amnesty to companies that are hiring illegal immigrants. Under this administration, the number of prosecutions of companies has gone way down. That has to change.
Hey, you can find
Klobuchar.
this from every Democrat in 2008.
Well, they changed their minds for some reason. Why do you think? They're allowed to change their minds. Why do you think they changed their minds?
Because they realized their voters were leaving and they needed more. I don't know.
I mean, that's the popular belief.
Order at the border. That's a good slogan.
Yeah.
You could run on that.
There's a people are questioning why he had that laser sight on there. You think that's barking up the wrong tree, Taylor?
Who's questioning that?
It's just it's
The
on
red
it's on the,
dot?
it's on the
That's retarded. Yeah, I have one. That's fucking dumb.
Everybody
Why
has
do they have a laser pointer around? Everybody now who shoots gets a red dot sight on their handgun.
Yes.
It's like the thing to have. It's like, why did he have a bullet in the gun? Well, because that's the point of a fucking gun. And all a red dot sight does is make it easier to fucking use your gun. That's like saying, why would you put a fucking why would you put a steering wheel heater in your car? You make it more fucking dangerous to drive. No, you just make it more comfortable to drive. It's nicer to drive now. It's easier
Why
to
would you
drive.
wear gymnastics grips to do pull-ups?
How much do you think that gun cost that guy? Was that a $2,000 setup?
Probably a $2,000 gun. Yeah, that's probably right around the price. Maybe a $2,500 gun. What site is that? Is that a SIG? Is that a SIG?
It was a
site?
SIG. Yeah, it was a SIG. Site.
Romeo.
It's probably
it doesn't.
not that
It's not a
expensive.
very new gun. He's had it for a while, so maybe it's like a $2,000 gun, $1,500.
I think it's a Legion, so those are generally a little bit more expensive too.
Gun at the scene, the shooter's gun, and I'm familiar with this gun. This is a SIG 320. Gosh, what do they call it? The AXG I think. Yeah, AXG. The SIG 320 AXG Combat. You can see it has a threaded barrel, just like the suspect's gun. This image is from the SIG website, so it doesn't have the optional optic on it, which this guy has, which, by the way, is a SIG optic, a Romeo 2 optic, 9mm pistol, high capacity. This magazine might be the 20 or 21 round magazine, the way it's extending from the gun. This is not an inexpensive firearm. This gun,
There is
just
no
gun
mag
without the optic
extending
sells
from the gun.
Say that again.
There was, go back to the picture of the gun on the seat.
In the car.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. Caller, hi. Caller?
Taylor, hey, hello, are you there?
Who?
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, are you there?
Yes. Are you there?
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. The phone's something's wrong with it. Hold on. I'll get you in 1 second. Are you looking for the picture of the gun on the seat, Caleb?
I'll get it. Yeah.
Okay. Caller, hi. Sorry. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, Taylor asked the question, why did they change their mind?
Yeah.
You have to think about what the Democratic Party stands for. They murder their children in the womb. None of them are having babies.
Check.
They're not reproducing. They're not reproducing.
Murder kids and don't fuck. Okay.
So now they have to get voters. So they import them from third world countries, pay them with government subsidies, welfare, healthcare, free education for their kids, and they let them here illegally. They give them all IDs. Now they can all vote.
And they all own
That's
them
rep-
because
that's-
if you pay for someone's food and shelter and medicine, you own them.
Right. But then they end up owning the state, like in Minnesota. You have Somalis that are exporting billions of dollars of taxpayer dollars to Somalia. And then the Democratic politicians in Minnesota protect them because they're getting kickbacks from all of it and votes. Same thing in California. All the illegals in California vote. They all have IDs. If you have a state ID, you can vote, whether you're legal or not. They register you to vote automatically.
Automatically.
That's all it is. It's a numbers game. If the people that you represent are murdering their children and they're not having children and not reproducing, you have to find votes. So you import them. That's all it is.
If Joe Biden didn't create the largest immigration crisis we've ever seen by allowing the border to be effectively open, Alex Petty and Renee Good would still be alive. That's true too.
Yeah. And that's why they don't want voter ID. Think about it.
That's why they've outlawed ICE getting near polling stations. I mean, that makes no sense. What the fuck do you care where
No.
ICE is?
Because they know that all the
Intimidation.
illegals vote. They know that all the illegal aliens vote. They round them up. They all communicate just like they're doing in Minnesota. All these people are on Signal chats. They all know what they're doing. They're communicating.
Hey,
They're
what do you
protecting their base.
Caller, what do you think about this story that's breaking this morning? I haven't verified it yet, where Pam Bondi is saying, hey, we will take ICE out of Minnesota. We just want your registered voter enrollment for the entire state of Minnesota. Is that a true story?
I don't know. I haven't heard that.
Yes.
I've not heard that yet.
Okay, that's going around on Twitter. That would be interesting.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, it's state. There's all these blue states. They won't clean their voter rolls. Because especially when it's all the states that have mail-in balloting, they just mail ballots places and they go collect them and then they fill the ballots out and they turn them in. That's where we are.
Yeah. Hey,
And I don't-
and
I-
whether
and I
you're
don't know
saying even if you're saying it's not their objective, that is the effect. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you that is their
What
objective.
other objective do they have?
I don't know, but
What other-
regardless, it's a fact what you're saying. They bring these people
Yeah,
in,
there is
you
no
give
other
them
objective.
food, you give them shelter, and they will vote for whoever's
Have
giving
you
them
go
food and
look
shelter.
go pull up the state of Minnesota and look at their voting by county. And the whole state is red except for Minneapolis. The whole state. And that's where all the Somalis are. And that's how they win the state. That's how they control the state.
So that's why they changed their mind, basically.
That's why what?
That's why they changed their mind, basically.
Wow.
Change their mind. What do you mean?
Like the politicians changed their
Yeah,
mind.
no, they're not. They know what they're doing. They know they have to import voters to keep their power.
Wow.
Let's
I
go
mean,
back to
that's
the
the only way they can do it.
You're not lying. Look at that map. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can look. You can go to a lot of these blue states, and that's the way it is. Because you have they control all the local in those cities. The Democrats control all the voting there, so they can cheat however they want to cheat.
So aggregate a really poor, dense population in an urban environment and get them all to vote one way and overthrow the
pay
state.
them to vote
They
for
don't
you.
even, they,
Pay them
they
to
don't,
vote.
They don't even have to vote. They don't. The thing is, with mail-in balloting, they don't even have to vote. They can They can go collect all of the ballots themselves and fill them out.
Not they can. They do. They do.
They have operations that do it. Act Blue, all of these things are just giant money laundering operations.
And they buy
That's
the
all they
votes
are.
with welfare. They buy the votes
Yeah,
with welfare.
They're not
And
even,
this is,
Taylor, they're not even buying them.
yeah.
They're not even buying them. They don't. Most of the people aren't even voting. They're just filling out their registrations for them.
Hey,
and then they turn them in.
Democracy is a little more than mob rule, and that's and this right here is
Caller,
the best.
thank you.
And this right here is the best point you have as to why Trump shouldn't have sent ICE into Minneapolis without their cooperation. That's the best point you have, is just saying, because we're not a democracy, we're a constitutional republic. So maybe you have, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's the best argument you have to say, hey, if the state of Minnesota and its elected leaders are saying we're not going to cooperate and we don't want ICE here, and those are the leaders that the state has elected, then that's the strongest argument you have for why they shouldn't be there. What was the whole guy's point about the gun? Was that it was too weaponized. It was too fucking tacticalized of a gun for him to be carrying, and that fucking made it like a cool to shoot.
Holy shit. Sorry to interrupt you. I haven't seen this video. You're going to fucking shit yourself. Have you seen this angle?
I'm pretty sure, but let's watch it.
I have not seen this angle.
Oh, no.
I have not seen this angle.
We played this angle in slow-mo yesterday.
No, I thought it was the other side. I think we're gonna see him actually sit up. I never saw him sit up before. Okay, so that guy pulled. We'll watch it again.
Oh! Rewind it.
I haven't seen that angle, buddy.
Can we slow that down big time? Just drag through as slow as you can. I just want to see which gun shoots first.
Honestly.
Okay, so there's the hand, right? I don't know if you can see my right there. That's
the red hat.
Yeah, the red hat is going to
rewind a little bit because he had his ankle. Yeah, see, he's got his hand on his ankle, pulling at his leg.
Would you say he's resisting arrest right there?
Yeah, he's not.
Yes.
He is not complying at all.
Okay, so he sees the gun and he goes for it. Right?
Yep. Turn it up, Kaylee. You turn it up here at all?
I'm just dragging
No,
you through.
he's scrubbing.
See, I thought it was this guy right here in the mask standing up. See, watch him. He's about to draw his gun. Watch.
Okay, so he sees the gun.
Yeah, this is who I thought was the guy to shoot first.
So him and the guy in the gray
watch.
He's drawing right there.
Watch.
Him and the guy see the gun at the same time, basically.
Yep.
The guy in the gray grabs the gun.
That's the gun that goes off right there.
No, I don't think it's gone off yet. I think it goes off now. I'll play it with audio. Right now is when it goes off. And it's the guy in the gray back here whose gun goes off. Let's play. Let's play full speed.
Can you
Here we
slow
go.
it down? Just slow the YouTube video down.
It's Twitter. I don't think you can do that.
Playback speed.
Oh.
Yes.
Grabs the ankle on the gray. He sets down his mate. Oh no!
He grabs his ankle. He sees the gun in his back.
You got a faggot with a whistle.
God, that's bad.
That's where
This
his
is at
gun
1/4 speed.
He sees the gun just there. He sees the gun.
Right there. Did you hear the shot? We can't
Yeah,
see
but
either
it's
gun.
It's this guy, dude. It just seems like that's the guy who had the negligent discharge, and I'm
Which
not even
guy?
saying,
The guy with the beanie? The
yes,
brown
The
guy
gray-
or the gray guy?
the guy with the greenie, because he pulls his gun and then he's got his finger on it. Rewind.
Hey,
He
let's
goes-
see. Let's see. Does the guy's body jerk when we hear the shot go off?
Yeah, see how
No.
those guys all jump? All the guys around him
That's
jump.
because
Yeah,
the
but
bullet.
they-
That's
that's
because the
because-
gun went off behind him.
Right. I don't see his arm jolt back like he fired a shot
Go
at.
Hey,
him.
back.
And that's how this guy's able to sit up because he hasn't been shot yet.
Okay, keep playing.
He's fine. He's fine. Oh,
There,
then
now
he
he's
gets shot.
shooting.
Then he gets shot right there. Boom. And I don't know who shot him, whether it's this guy on
This
the left
guy.
or the guy on the right. Two guns are out now,
Oh,
right?
Go back now. Go back a little bit. Let's watch it again. Yeah, okay.
Boom. That's the
the
first
first
shot that went
shot.
off. We don't know who shot that. Oh,
That
I think
gun
the guy
went
on the
off.
right. I think the
And
guy on the
green-
right. Watch
the guy
his
in the
gun.
green with the beanie.
Yep.
Yeah, watch the guy on the right. I think I see his gun kick back.
And you can see the fucking shell casing.
Yes. This guy on the right here with this guy
Yep.
shoots
Yeah.
him. So this guy never even shot.
He
No.
doesn't even have his gun out of the holster. I didn't see him draw.
Again.
Shoots
He's shooting
again.
almost right into his boy. Now watch this. Yeah, slow. Play this part.
So this is the part I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I wish the camera guy would have kept it.
She's too busy screaming her fucking head off.
Hey, and his
yeah.
arm isn't down yet. His arm isn't down yet.
Yo,
Just be
shut
noted,
the
his
fuck
arm
up.
isn't down yet.
Shut the fuck
His right
up,
arm isn't
dude.
down yet.
That is the gayest thing you could have possibly
His right
fucking
arm
said.
isn't down yet.
You know what you did yesterday? You know what you did yesterday? Pause it. Pause
Now
it.
it's down
Yes-
after 4
Yesterday
shots.
you
he's-
said this. If he was laying like this, dead, okay, they shouldn't have done it. That's exactly what he's
No,
doing.
not only was he not doing that, but yesterday you said that he sat up because he was shot. He hadn't been shot yet.
Okay, I was wrong about that.
Well, I wasn't wrong.
Why don't you fucking eat crow? Because you're wrong about this. Fucking rewind. He gets blasted 5 separate times while he's fucking just laying there lifeless.
His hand was still active.
Shut up.
His gun's not even on him, and the guy grabbed it from him.
You're fucking retarded, Savon. That's the most fucking retarded take. There, he's trying to get up again. That's fair.
Hands up. Hands up.
No,
His
it's
hands are on the
not!
ground. His right hand and his left hand are not flush on the ground.
So that's reason to shoot him more.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Is
Shoot
that
the
reason to
situation.
shoot him more?
If you thought he was pulling a gun,
Oh, there his hands are down.
not his left one. Oh, it is on his side. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, so they shot him too many times.
Please don't shoot one more time.
And
Please
it's
don't
the
shoot.
same guy who was doing it. The same guy with the beanie was doing most of the shooting.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else actually. I didn't see anybody else draw.
This is at 0.5. This is zoomed in.
There's
Okay,
his
now
gun.
he closes his hand on the gun and he pulls it right there. Other guy pulls his gun out simultaneously. Oh, we didn't hear a gunshot that time.
It's just because
Yeah,
the whistle.
The guy in the gray's getting up.
Hey, right there, his elbow moves back.
There's the shot.
There
right
it is.
there.
There it is.
And his elbow does move back.
The guy in the gray.
Yeah, no, the guy in the green.
This audio is so fucking annoying.
Go back. You just missed the first shot. You missed the first shot already.
No. Oh.
So watch this guy's elbow in the green. Boom, moves back right there.
That's not the shot. Though.
I don't think
Boom,
he
That's
shot
moves
the
him.
back
shot.
right there. It just moved back though when he shot.
I agree, but I don't think that's it.
I think he's like doing this the whole time, like positioning to fire. There he shoots.
There he shoots him.
Like his arm movement in that shot that's obvious is different than the shot when he goes off behind him, I think.
God, the lady screaming. Shut the
Just
fuck up.
Fucking nuts. The whistles, the screaming.
His hands are up like that because his nervous system is shutting down like when he gets knocked out. Well, whatever. His hands up.
Yeah, if Sevon's take, if he's not in a body bag, if he's not 6 feet under, he's still a threat. Keep shooting him. Keep shooting him, dude.
Those guys need to get home to their kids and wives. Oh, that's a good
so
question.
bad.
Was there something in his hand? That's a good question.
So fucking bad.
His phone.
No, it's not that bad. It's gotten much better since yesterday's show.
No, it hasn't. It's gotten worse. That
Oh,
shows them all back
fuck.
away, and he's
Oh
laying
my
on the ground. He's
God.
laying on the ground, lifeless, and they're like, do. Hey, I took this fucking fat drug addict friend of mine, pig hunting one time, South Carolina, wild boar hunting.
You
He'd
just
never
threw
been
him out
boar
there and
hunting
then took a
before.
helicopter after him, or what?
No, dude, we were sitting up in this climber, I had a bunch of fucking bait out, and I had one of my ARs, and he had another AR, and I was like, hey, when they all come in to eat this corn, there's gonna be like fucking 20 of them. Wait for me to shoot first, and then as soon as I shoot, do whatever, just fucking blast them. All right, so they all fucking come in. There's this big sow fucking rooting around. All right, I'm gonna shoot that one, and I fucking shoot it, and then I just hear for like 30 seconds. Just emptied an entire mag into all these fucking wild pigs, and that's what those officers did.
I want to tell you. I want to tell you a story on
God.
perspective.
So bad.
One night. This is in 2000. I don't know. Let's say 2002, 2003, and I was out with a video camera, and I always carried my video camera everywhere I went for 3 years. I'm on this street in Isla Vista, California, and there's the street's full of people, right? Packed full of people, and this car comes rushing down the street and starts hitting people, and it kills 5 people, and I'm filming. And the guy jumps out of the car and screams, "I'm the angel of death." And I capture all this on video. This guy goes to court, right, to be charged for the murder of 5 people. And the cops are like, man, this is great that you have the video, right? The video ends up getting the kid off because he screamed when he jumped out of the car, "I'm the angel of death." And therefore, he was on medication, so they were able to convince that he was crazy, and he had an insanity plea. And after a few years in an insane asylum, he got out and set free.
Wow.
And so I don't bring this up with any point other than we all have different perceptions. Taylor has his perception of what's going on. I got my perception of what's going on. We can try so hard to drill down to the reality of it without inserting our own, bias, but it's hard. It's hard. It's not easy. Jorge, most of these stars don't have the proper training and are now trigger happy seeing that they can get away with this. Oh, no. Come on, Joseph. Come on.
I don't think they're trigger happy now that they think they can get away with it. I think they're trigger happy because all of these protesters around them are screaming that they want to kill them and fucking kill their families. If there's any reason that they're jumpy and trigger happy, that's why. It's not because they want to get away with it. I don't believe that, but I do think that was negligence.
These are two Mexicans conspiring in our chat. A Jorge and a Jorge, a Ramirez and a Ramirez, have fucking are now like beating up on me.
What does the world come to?
Yeah, there's just two Mexicans
Kick 'em
fucking
out.
showing their bias.
2 Mexicans conspiring to beat up a 3rd Mexican. What's the problem?
I just look Mexican. I'm not. One of the best ways to get shot is to not fight back. Best thing to do is hope they mistreat you and you get a nice lawsuit. Fighting back is stupid. Yeah, no argument there. All right. Thanks for coming on this morning.
Thanks for inviting me.
Who do I have? I don't have a guest tomorrow either. Maybe we're going to do more.
I mean, I agree with Tom of the 757. ICE is operating all around the country, and this would be a more common occurrence if it was just a training issue.
Thank you, Tom.
That's a good point.
No, don't go.
So let's say all the we'll lay out all the things on the table. It's a training issue. The guys aren't prepared for this. All those things on one side. Then you have Minneapolis PD's not setting up the proper barricades. People are resisting arrest. That's why I'm saying there's going to be 20 more of these.
There is going to be a GTA where you can be an ICE officer.
That'd be crazy.
Hey, what about Wadapalooza being sponsored by Border Patrol? What do you think of that?
Did you see the video of an ICE? Sorry, say that again, Taylor, and then I'll bring this up.
I said, what do you think about Border Patrol sponsoring Wadapalooza? Do you think they're going to have any blowback?
I don't know. I like them even more. Did you see the video of ICE guy claiming he's doing more money compared to a doctor or health professional? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I have friends who are firefighters who are making more money than doctors because of the overtime.
Doctors making more money than doctors? Okay. Well, what kind of doctor?
I don't know, but I know firefighters who are making $300,000 a year because they're understaffed and these guys are fucking working shit
Where
tons
the
of
fuck
overtime.
are firefighters making $300K a year?
All over California, baby.
Jeez Louise, you guys are
all that
fucked.
overtime's crazy.
The overtime's crazy. Same with cops, dude. Some cops are making shit tons of overtime.
Fuck you, you bitch.
Thank you. I will say this too for anyone. I do think on this subject, Taylor is emotionally more sober than I am. I think my judgment is clouded a little bit more. Taylor's more of a wants to view this is trying very hard to steer the ship to view it by the law, letter of the law, and I think I have a little bit of my libtard human element that I'm trying to bring. Oh wow, I did win then. Even the Mexican says I won. That means
This
I won.
is a good take. They should rotate out the current agents. They're hyped up, and rotating out may help. They do that in combat.
Who's actually there? Yeah, they do. Maybe they are.
Hey,
we'll never know.
You know when you remember when that thing was happening in Iran or Iraq, the El Barouj event where they were building naked pyramids with the prisoners? What the Abu Dhabi?
Abu Ghraib.
Abu Ghraib. Do you remember that?
Oh boy, do I.
So these boys in the military were getting in trouble because they were taking fucking the prisoners that they were capturing in whatever fucking war we were in, and they were building naked pyramids with them. And and even the mill guys I was fighting with, they're like, hey, that's not cool. That's not cool. And I'm like, motherfucker, this is happening in every fraternity across the country at every fucking college. You're going to tell me that you're going to send fucking 300,000 boys between the age of 18 and 23, and they're not going to build fucking pyramids with naked people in their spare time and take pictures and get drunk? Are you out of your fucking mind? This is happening in the highest institutions in the country. So there's my bias.
And lead them around with leashes.
Yeah, they do the craziest shit at fucking. Look what fucking those guys had. Fucking Taylor's baseball team had them watch gay porn as part of the initiation.
Everyone wants some jumper cables.
What do you mean, like to attach to someone's nipples?
Yeah, or their nuts.
It's just like, yeah, boys will be boys. Yeah, boys will be. I mean, like, what do you expect? And people are like, well, I expect more from the fucking U.S. military. But yeah, but they're fucking boys out there, out in the middle of fucking nowhere, fighting for their life. In their spare time, they build a pyramid with naked fucking prisoners. I'm okay with it.
You get bored, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's that bad.
Taking pictures of him was stupid.
That was pretty stupid.
Well, then if you don't have a picture of it, you have no way to remember it. Then I mean,
that's true. It's true.
All right, Jorge, thank you for participating today. It is good having you in the chat. I think we all agree. All you guys, thanks, Mr. Sloppy. Thank you for the discourse, the callers, edging. Without you guys chatting with us, there's no show. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Hopefully I can get these two savages on with me. We'll be back at 7:00. I always say 7 a.m., but let's
you don't have another guest?
No.
Oh wow. All right, I'm in.
All right. Are you here tomorrow, Caleb, or are you fucking doing the Lord's work?
I'm doing the Lord's work again.
All right. We will talk to you guys later. Go fuck yourself. 6 out of 10. This show is a fucking